Hopefully, it's
Man, this is tight. So now we're on YouTube, and man, we're still out to do due diligence out here. Trying to do the right thing.
yes, we are.
So man, we're really starting to come up with hacks these days, hacks for life. You know,
What kind of hacks you talking about?
man, I just found out about something that I missed out on. I'm sure you've heard of FOMO. So this was the ultimate FOMO, the fear of missing out. So I missed out on a Chipotle hack for $3. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, I was hearing about that, and they're starting to shut it down. And what was the hack?
Okay, so man, they started cracking down. So they had this Chipotle hack down to a science, man. I'm talking about they had where you would order a $3 taco. Ain't nothing wrong with a taco, $3 taco. And so you come through the line and then you're like, hey, you know what? Let me get some of those corn. All right, put some in. Oh, but put them in a plastic cup. Okay, make them two of those. Hey, let me get some tomatoes. Put that in a plastic cup. Hey, let me get some of them beans. Get some black beans. Come on, some white rice. Put it all in a cup. So they basically got all the sides. I think they put the rice and the beans in the taco and the meat and everything else. They like doubled up the extra ingredients on the side. And then they said, yo, let me get another tortilla for 40 cents. So they paid $3.40 for an $11 burrito. You know what I'm saying? But that's brilliant. It's brilliant. I never thought of that. I am going crazy right now.
You know how nice that would have actually been, but like you said, they shut it down. And the problem is, the reason why they shut it down is because people put on Instagram and on TikTok and everywhere else.
That's what I'm saying. They started flexing it. See, you don't have to flex it. You keep it on the down low. That way you keep the price low on the down low. But once you start flexing, man, I got a $3 burrito that's cost $11 at Chipotle. See, that makes the latecomers, guys like us coming in late, that prevents us from getting the hack, So now they did that, the hacker shack. So that's what you call it, hack. It's called a hacker shack. You filed out. Oh,
Man, what other hacks have you heard about so far? I need to move you over here. We just do this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tight. Man, I heard about a hack. What was it? There was one that was like how you could save money on well, of course, I had another hack that I got to tell you about. Okay, now this was like, man, okay, this is like you threw the ball up from half court with one hand and it went in. Like how you be doing, now this is the chances of you getting this hack. Okay, I was cruising down the street, back down memory lane, and I looked at my McDonald's app, since there is an app for that. And I said, wait a minute, now I spy with my eye a no purchase necessary Big Mac. I said, oh, come on now. Let's be real about this. Okay, no buy one, get one, no BOGO. Okay, no BOGO, no FOMO, just a no purchase necessary Big Mac. So you already know what I'm going to do. I'm right there in the drive-thru. So I had to believe this was real. So there was no strings, okay? And I came through, got the Big Mac, and then I said, you know what? I think I know of another McDonald's that's only 15 minutes away. Now, it takes 7 minutes. 7 minutes, okay? 7 minutes for your rewards, your deals to recharge. So you can't use another deal at the McDonald's until 7 minutes, right? So they got another deal, a fry for $1. I said, I said, I wonder if I can get a whole meal for under $2.25. I think I can. I know I can. So I do that. and I go to the next McDonald's and I get the fries for $1. You know, some have in my car, so I had to pay in cash, but that's all right. And then I said, you know what would be really good? So I got the Big Mac, the fries, and my total has been $1.07 for all that. And I said, you know what? Orange soda. You know, I said, man, this meal will be perfect with some orange soda. So you know what I did? I got the 2 liter and it was $1.69. So it cost me about $1.79 for a $10 meal. So see, man, you just got to be at the right place at the right time to get these hacks, man. You got to be on it, you know.
Definitely. I know we've been using that, using the apps more, trying to make sure we get the right amount of points and everything, and
Yes.
make sure we do the more expensive item on there, because you don't want to use your points on that dollar nuggets or anything like that, but you gotta actually be able to use your points correctly.
You got to cash out. Like, man, I wish somebody could tell me a coffee hack, you know, like a Starbucks or a Caribou. Man, that would be finesse. If somebody could come up with that, you know, I'm sure there is one out there.
I thought the Starbucks hack was not to go to Starbucks, because Starbucks is expensive.
It's expensive
for no reason.
Man, you get what you pay for, you know. So if you want that name brand designer, Calvin Klein coffee, man, you got to come through to the you got to come to the designer branch, man. You can't go over to 50s. You know, that's where I'd be at. I'd be at the day late bread, what they call it, day old bread shelf. You know, hey, it's a couple days old. You know, oh, is that the expiration? Oh, don't worry about that. You know, we're gonna put it on the bread shelf for you.
Well, for those ones coming on, we switched from stereo to YouTube Live just to test it out. Hopefully, this will work better. You know, it's kind of hard to get the stereo going, but I love the avatars for stereo, but we'll try to figure out avatars later for us live. But also, we're going to get into the meat of our topics and get back into what we were talking last time, more into the Marvel side of what's coming out. Later on, you'll be able to see what we talked about last week. But I just want to give them that. And we're going to just talk about random stuff, hang out with us, use the chat. If you don't know how to use the chat, Gentry will help you out.
I certainly can and certainly will.
So hello to everyone out there. I don't know. It says we have 6 people on, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, no, it says one viewer. That might be you, G.
Yeah, I think one of them is.
It might be you.
Oh, snap.
Can you hear the cats in the background?
I actually cannot hear the cats.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, but where did we leave off talking about Marvel products or things coming out?
You know, we left off right at a Disney. Oh, I'm sorry. It was you're right, it was She-Hulk. We were talking about She-Hulk and we never got to finish it.
Have you watched the last episode yet?
You know, the last one I watched was the special abilities episode with the Cardi B, you know.
Okay. No, that wasn't Cardi B. That was Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry.
Megan Thee
Stallion. Megan Thee, man. So now we got, man, it's crazy because I really was anticipating She-Hulk, and so this show is definitely living up to everything I wanted it to be. And so, and that's what's funny. Like, I really think that it'd be cool if they had some type of like, you know, like cross, cross like universe, because like how in WandaVision they had I Love Lucy, and so if they could do that with like LA Law or something like that, that would be cool. Like some type of lawyer show that we all know, and then like crisscrossing in there. I think that would be pretty cool.
You say crisscross?
Oh.
oh! I thought you were talking about crisscross. I'm like, man, what kind of?
Man, that's it. Hey, we're gonna make it jump. Okay, that's it. See, I'm just sending somebody the link real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to make sure we get our friends from Stereo to join us. So yeah, I mean, oops, sorry.
Yeah, don't be playing music in the background. We're not trying to shut down our first day.
They're gonna shut us down real quick,
Not the first day.
Oh man. So we got it up. So what I was just gonna say, I appreciated a lot of the Marvel shows that have been coming out, but that's what's crazy, man. I remember when you had to wait like 2 years for a Marvel movie. You remember that? Now we talking about old school Fantastic Four. Like we ain't talking about the old school. We talking about old school Fantastic Four. Spider-Man 2, waiting for Spider-Man 3 to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like waiting 2 years in the heart of time. And now, like, every time I turn around, man, we got a new show, we got a new movie coming out. It's like, dang, like they're doing characters that I never thought, ever thought they would have done, And Thunderbolts. Okay, so pretty much we didn't get to finish that that conference. So there was like a conference or something, and they announced so much stuff from Marvel.
They announced some stuff that no one was ready for. I mean, the last two things that they put out there, it was just like, oh my goodness, who would have thought that they would have went so far?
Who would have thought they were capable of having the continuity of that? Because you know which one that really got me though, right? It was Secret Invasion. Okay, so I mean, come on now.
You watched the trailer?
Yes. Oh,
I'm ready.
Man.
I'm ready.
Man, it was so crazy. Like I was sitting there and I was like, dang. I was starting to look around me like, oh man, is there a secret invasion coming into me now? I said, hold up, man. Because that's the thing. Like I read those comics. Man, I read those comics, Secret Invasion, when it came out, and it was good. But see, okay, Marvel is going a little bit out of order. But we got forgiveness. Okay, we got forgiveness. Okay,
like I keep on saying, people look at Marvel and DC and everything else like, oh, this isn't what I grew up on. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
We can't worry about, oh, this isn't what. This is brand new. These are actual humans, so they have to change the story sometimes because no one could do a triple backflip into a side kick into, we're human. So
I'm saying
we gotta keep our expectations where it should be. And plus, it's this art form, they do so much graphics for it.
Yeah.
That costs so much money because the people who do the work, they got to make it look good. They got to erase the wires. They got to erase the board that they run into and everything. So if you're ever watching the behind the scenes, like it's crazy how much work actually goes into the movie that the actors aren't doing. I mean, the actors do a lot, but once you get into everything.
See, and that's the thing. Like, okay, so that's funny you said that. Like you said, you got all the actors, so you have to bring those actors back. So if they sign on for a sequel, prequel trequel. You, you know, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like like you said, what's the name? That you have to sign down for 6 movies. So with Marvel, they want you to sign down for 6 movies, and that's not including the shows. Like they might want you to appear in the shows, you know. And so, you know, that's what's crazy. So this Secret Invasion, right? I grew up. So the order that I read it in was first. It was House of M. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's like Wanda and Doctor Strange, Multiverse Man. So that's that storyline. That was the first one that I read. Then after that, of course, was the Civil War. Okay, so now that Civil War comic book to this day is probably one of the craziest comics that I read like ever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about where you had bad guys picking sides in this Civil War thing. Okay, so you had bad guys. So you had like the Hobgoblin and the pumpkin dude like picking a side, you know, and so they try to join, you know, Captain America's side. And then the Punisher tried to join Captain, and he's like, this ain't rock. He's like, this ain't rocking, man. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? So you got conflicting interests. You know what I'm saying? So it really tested what you thought was right and wrong. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
these are hardened criminals trying to join, you know, the good side. You know, so that really made you think. It made you think like, and of course, Daredevil was in it. You know, he was pretty cool in that. But what I would say is this, okay, so it went House of M, then Civil War, and then after that became the Initiative. Don't forget that one, the Initiative, which they're gonna go into that as well. The Initiative, they talked about it actually in one of the Avengers. I think it was the second one, Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
But yep, and then after that came the Secret Invasion. So now this is what was crazy in the comics about Secret Invasion, right? Is that those Skrull guys not only could look like the other superheroes, but they could get their powers also. Now
Yeah,
there's
that's
a
that's
character.
when they kick in
Okay,
the Super Scrolls.
the Super
Yeah,
Skrulls.
Super Scrolls. That's when they came through. That's when they started to imitate uh, powers and not just like their looks, but all their abilities, which really threw off. That's why Secret Invasion really happened. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get further into that. So that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
Okay. See, now just what you said, the Super Skrulls. I'm sorry, there was one storyline that I forgot to mention that happened before House of M, and this was the very beginning of the comics that I had coming up in the mid 2000s. Right? It was the first Avengers comic that came out that had to do with these storylines was Breakout. Okay, so all these bad guys are in prison, right? And they got to break them out. So this is like all the top bad guys in Marvel are in this prison, you know? And so I'm like, dang, this story is crazy. So Captain America shows up, starts jacking these fools, like, get back in your cell. You know, I'm like, oh, snap, what am I reading right now? Okay, so then this guy named the Sentry. You know this guy, Sentry?
It sounds very familiar to me.
Okay, so this dude can fly. Like he's like Superman, but in Marvel,
Mhm.
right? This dude shows up. Okay, this is gonna be important later on from what I'm gonna talk to, but it doesn't matter. So he grabs Carnage and just like throws him into the sun. Like, like he's not like, yeah, this is Carnage. This is Carnage right here, you know. And he picks this guy up. It's like, you know, Spider-Man, one of Spider-Man's toughest villains, and he just throws him into the sun, like flies him into the universe, throws him in the sun. Okay, so that story is important because now one of the latest stories I read that was pretty good, crossover event, and they would never do this one, but there is a chance that Marvel might do this storyline. Is the King in Black? Okay, so Venom is a symbiote, alien symbiote. Carnage is also an alien symbiote. Okay, so basically from another, you know, from outer space.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the boss come from the planet that all the symbiotes came from, show up. You see what I'm saying? And just just start jacking fools. Like all the Avengers, everybody is in trouble. And here's the thing. This dude remembers that. He said, hey, wait a minute. What did you do? What did you do to my symbiote? You threw Carnage into the sun? Oh, let's see what we're going to do to you. Take Sentry, throws him into the sun. Well, you know, Sentry, he's Superman, you know, so you can't get rid of him that easily. Right. So King in Black, if they do it, man, get ready. It's going to be crazy, you know.
Well, you know, was it Gal Gadot said if there's ever a crossover, she would love to be in it.
Okay, with DC and
Yep.
Marvel. Okay,
she would love to be in it for the crossover, playing Wonder Woman. I don't know who would be the director for that for you. Who do you think would be like the perfect director to do a crossover event?
Okay, if there was any director, you already know what two directors I'm gonna say. Okay, of course, Zack Snyder and the Russo brothers. Maybe they could just do it together. They could say, all right, let's just come together and let's do this. Because now Russo brothers did some movies. Okay, the first movie they did, you would be like, nah, they would never do an action movie. But they did that Captain America Part 2 movie. Man, they did that right. They did it right. And then if you take like Zack Snyder's visuals, like the visuals that he can portray, and just say, okay, so this part, like if they put it into sections, like they did the movie in 4 sections. So it's kind of like an annual comic. So where you got different artists, different writers, they write some parts, they write pages 3 through 6, then another writer does 8 through 15. You see what I'm saying? They could do that, you know, and they just break it up. But if they did that movie, okay, Avengers versus Justice League, okay, who would be your boss? Who would you want the bad guy to be in that movie?
Ooh. Okay, I do have an answer for that. But going back to the director,
okay,
I was thinking of someone, and Cheyenne said it, Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi so you wouldn't want Taika Waititi?
I would love the Russo brothers to do it, but Taika, he has a flair to it where it could be, you know, more comedy along with the action. Okay. So I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see that. Now for the boss, I would love to see Dr. Doom.
Oh, okay.
And maybe man, I'm trying to figure out who from DC could from DC could, you know, kind of match the Dr. Doom kind of vibe. I almost am thinking like Gorilla Grodd or something.
Gorilla Grodd, okay.
Like not just you know the strength Gorilla Grodd, but like the smartness of Gorilla Grodd. I would love to see those two.
See, you could do Injustice Society, so you have like Joker be the mastermind, but you'd have to have.
Maybe that's who it should be. Maybe it should be Joker and Dr. Doom, and you know, he just does not, you know, he ain't feeling it, but like you can see like dynamic.
See, he's a mastermind. He's a criminal mastermind. So he masterminds it, and then you'd have to have Darkseid in there. Darkseid would have to show up. You know, his beam. So Superman shoots laser beams straight. His are heat seeking. So even if you try to run away or dodge, they just follow you.
Was it Omniblast? Is that what it's called? Or
Omega Blast?
Omega.
Yeah. Dude, that's so tight. You know what?
I don't think I want Darkseid in it more because I think they should be with the crossover. It should maybe not be like Darkseid. Like you don't want to see like Darkseid and Thanos on the same team, right?
Oh, that would be.
I mean, it'd be crazy, but at the same time, it feels like with a big crossover event like that, because it's going to be at least 5 on each side, right?
Yeah.
It has to be maybe smaller. And you still want a strong enough villain,
Yeah.
but one that it'd be more manageable fighting two villains.
You know who would also be good too, right? Is Bane. A good Bane. Like we're talking about the full on juiced up, like with the Gatorade juice, Bane. Like a juiced up one.
Would you say like Bane and Red Hulk or something?
Yes. Yes. Why haven't they done this movie? Yes.
Or okay, I could even see, huh?
Could you imagine that movie? Bane and Red Hulk, like a fully juiced up Bane and a Red Hulk just smashing it up. That would be crazy.
Ooh. Cheyenne said, what about if they for this event they all come together to fight Scarlet Witch?
Oh, so I like that.
I could see this happening more because how would those different universes collide, right?
Okay.
So Scarlet
so
Witch
see, I have a good theory on this because so like Scarlet Witch, her powers, Wanda, her powers are like like you said, psychological. Saying she can like turn stuff the reality. She can alter the reality. So some of the characters don't just have the powers, but they can adapt their powers to the situation. So like, okay, so the character that I was gonna say that would bridge this movie together, you know who I'm gonna say, would be Flash. Okay, because he's the one that started the entire multiversity by running so fast that he could run interdimensionally and vibrate between dimensions, between matter, through matter. So he would have to create enough velocity, enough vibranium that he could go through it. The other character that would be able to do it would be none other than Wolverine. Okay, but see, you would have to put either X-23 or okay.
My question would be, what if instead of Wolverine, what if they used Charles Xavier?
Man,
or
the young
Phoenix.
version or the old Phoenix. Phoenix. Okay, so
maybe Charles is no longer there and everything, but Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force, maybe she's trying to help fix what Scarlet Witch broke.
Man.
Or you could even go with I forgot her name. She's a psychic that turns into Diamond also.
Oh, you're talking about Emma Frost.
Emma Frost.
See, you're going into the X-Men. So see, Kevin Feige has said that he hasn't brought the X-Men out if he has a 5-year plan. But we were right at that 5 years. We're right there. We're right there, And so
his plan is to make us forget about the old X-Men. That's what his plan is.
That's what okay. See, because when Fox came in, they said, look, you got access to all the characters, almost all the characters now. So you can do it what you like, and you have access to all the characters. But see, here's the thing. Okay, so
sorry. Kenny's in the chat.
Oh man, appreciate that. Okay, so you have access to all the characters. And so it's there you go. Okay. So you could do what you like to do with all the characters, but here's the thing. Okay, so if we do X-Men, okay, which team I would like to see, right? I mean, which character. Now, what is the greatest action scene in an X-Men movie that you have ever seen?
Look, I could go with a couple different ones.
Okay, go ahead.
I love when Juggernaut came through. I loved when, of course, Wolverine. He was a good X-Men. Gambit, I would love to see actually come through. And that's what I really want to see is Gambit.
See, okay, so now remember when that? Okay, so that was X-Men Origins Wolverine, right? So we all remember that trailer when that came out, and okay, so we were sitting there and we said, man, they're gonna put Gambit in there. Man, they're gonna put Gambit. And he was in there for a total of 16 and a half seconds. Okay. I was like, man, we are so hyped. And it was 16 seconds. But you know who's gonna play Gambit, right? Who and they had the movie set up, they had it done.
Did.
They had it done.
Tatum, right?
Channing Tatum.
He never actually played it. It was supposed to be set up and directors fell through and other stuff fell through, and you know.
Oh yeah. And
I would have loved to see like a authentic Gambit, not anything that they don't. I've also wanted to see a authentic Rogue.
Oh,
I would love to see that.
Man,
the Southern accent and everything. I would love to see it.
They could have put them in the same movie. It could have been the same movie. Okay. So here you go. This is the best scene in any X-Men movie history. Okay. Well, I got two of them too. Okay, just like you, I got two of them. Okay. Number one, Nightcrawler. Okay, Nightcrawler was in there, man. He was in there teleporting. I think it was an X-Men 2. Teleporting, jacking fools, teleporting. Man, that was the best action scene in any superhero movie that we had seen up to that point. Up to that point. And we're like, dang, that was crazy. So what I would say is my favorite X-Men action sequence. And okay, so this scene right here, right? Wolverine is in the barn in X-Men Origins Wolverine. He's surrounded. And so they shoot into the barn. And he sees a Harley Davidson in the corner of his eye. And they shoot 2 missiles into the barn. And he comes out doing a wheelie. Now at that point in my life, I felt proud to be a man. I'm sorry. I felt I felt proud to be a man because he was so tight in that movie. But you know, I actually have liked a lot of the X-Men movies over the years, but they have done a lot of them, man. They have done how many? That's crazy, man. They've done a lot of them. It's like, man,
yeah.
But you know who I really enjoy seeing in an X-Men movie was Psylocke. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Who plays Psylocke? I can't remember her name now.
I can't remember her name. I can't remember what the movie's name was. That's how bad it was. But when she jumped out of a helicopter or something, like jumped out of a helicopter. And I'm like, dang, she ain't got no parachute. What's she gonna do? Man, what's she gonna do? Man, she just like stabs the side of a building, rides it down with the sword. Like, who else do you know could do that? Man, this thing was insane, bro.
Was that Olivia Moon?
Olivia Moon, that's her name. You know, I seen her in a couple other movies. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I really haven't seen any movies that she was in, but I think I was like, you know, seeing her. Oh, there she goes again. But yeah, but she was pretty tight. I wouldn't mind seeing her again.
And you said Olivia Moon, Munn. Munn.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go with Moon. I don't care.
The Moon.
She don't know me. But yeah, Kenny also said that Tatum would have been a terrible Gambit.
That is funny. Okay, thanks, Kenny. Okay, I actually kind of agree with that. I actually kind of agree that Channing Tatum, because, okay, here's the thing. When we think of Gambit, we think of like a sly, slickety type of dude. I almost would have preferred him as a Cable. You see what I'm saying? Like, can you see Channing Tatum as more of a Cable? Like, you know, he's in there, you know, the big laser, he coming in there, you know, he's just trying to save his little daughter or something. I can see him doing that.
Y'all not going to mention Quicksilver?
Oh, so now explain to me. So now we seen Quicksilver in that one of those X-Men movies. Okay, that's how you know they was bad. If we can't even remember the name of those movies.
No, okay. That was First Class.
I don't think it was First Class. I think it was the one after that. where Quicksilver, where the one he was running around the kitchen, he was running
all
around the
I know
kitchen.
is that was probably the best X-Men scene.
Okay, first class. Okay, audience, can
that
you help us out?
That slow down scene, how they did it. They put time in a bottle. You know,
Oh,
it was a beautiful scene. They did it beautifully.
Okay. Okay, so
And
now what was the name of that movie? What was it called? Okay, we
I think
don't
it was
even
X-Men
know.
First Class.
You said it was first. I don't think it
I
was
think
first class.
so. Kenny will tell us.
Yeah, Kenny
He'll
help
let
us
us
out.
know.
Because see, here's the thing: if we can't even remember the movie that it was, then that wasn't a very good movie.
Because they did that twice. They did.
I
He
do
was in
remember.
two.
I do remember the second one they
So
did that.
the second one was when the mansion was blown up.
Was that the Days of Future Past?
No. Days of Future Past was when Wolverine went. Oh, that could have been.
Because Days of
Future. Saying Days of Future Past. There's two of them because.
There we go.
So that must have been in Days of Future Past, and the second time. And the one that I was talking about, maybe, because that's when the match was blowing up, and he like got all the students out and everything.
Okay, I remember that part. Okay, so
I believe both of them, both scenes that they did. The director did an excellent job.
Oh, it was excellent. Because Days of Future Past was a movie that everyone was waiting for, because that connected the old cast to the new cast, and that connected the cartoon stuff from the cartoon to this movie, because everybody knew that storyline, Days of Future Past. And so they basically made sure they did everything correct, that the story made sense. Now, all them other movies they did after that did none of that stuff make sense. They did it out of order. And that's what I'm saying. The order matters, because see, they did Apocalypse and then they did Phoenix. And it's like, wait. And then they got a director that was his first movie he had ever directed. Okay, so you're talking about like the writers of Power Rangers, like that level. Okay. Of a director doing that, it's like his first movie. Like, come on, man, this is serious. This is serious.
Hey, you know what though? There's people who've done first movies that turned out great.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But
who was the first movie? The first movie for Black Panther.
But that's a different.
It wasn't his first movie. Ryan Coogler wasn't his first movie. That was his first big budget movie.
Okay. See, this was
killed it.
This was this guy's first. Yes. Okay, this guy. It was his first movie. Like, forget the big budget. Forget anything else you heard. This is his first movie. But yeah, Ryan Coogler. So I think he did a couple movies before that one as the main director. But see, and that's the thing. If somebody's a producer versus a director versus a cinematographer, if they're the big head honcho in charge,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so, yeah, okay. So somebody's saying,
so the second one was
Apocalypse.
Yep.
Okay.
And I do remember that now. It's kind of hard for them to do different things, because even when you look at the old X-Men, which they're coming back with the cartoon, so we gotta go back to that.
Oh,
X-Men 87. They're coming back to that, trying to finish off the series. I think they're coming out with 2 seasons for it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing that. But when you watch X-Men, you see how they put it together. You're kind of like, well, why would they do it in this order?
Okay.
The order sometimes does not make sense.
That's what I'm saying, Okay. Oh, okay. So J-Rob says
were made of.
Okay,
I gotta stop singing that.
Okay, now keep singing it. Hey, now we got J-Rob in the chat. Hey, what's up, J-Rob? Man, thanks for coming through, bro. Man, we appreciate everybody being here. We appreciate y'all. And so yeah, so that was the song I was playing. Was Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. Who am I to disagree? Oh, that was a song that was playing because it was 80s. It was 80s. It took place in the 80s. So each movie took place in a different decade. So like I think First Class was in the 60s, and then Days of Future Past took place in the 70s. And then by the time they got to Apocalypse, I think as Kenny said, it was in the 80s. That's why they play that music. And then Nightcrawler had the Michael Jackson jacket. But okay, so J-Rob was talking about Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. Now I did like the Silver Surfer, but everybody else was like, no.
I hear hate so much from it, and I enjoyed it myself.
Did we just group watched that Fantastic Four? Do you remember that when we Zoom watched that?
Well, and I think what it might be is people have different expectations for movies now, right? They want certain things in their movies. And maybe, Silver Surfer, they try to make really big, but if you ever watch that cartoon series, it was not good. The comics were good. The comics were really good. And,
I read the comics. They were awesome. I had some. I still have a couple of them.
Yeah, there's a point where oh my gosh. There's a point where Silver Surfer just goes like crazy and has way more power than anyone should ever have.
That's insane. Because he was fighting like Galactus. Like that was like his big bad.
Well, yeah, Galactus was, is his master basically. And once he realized, oh, well, I'm killing humanity or smart individuals, I'm going to try to find something else. And that's one reason why he started fighting him. But, I'm looking forward to see what they can do if they want to do anything with Silver Surfer, if they want to bring him back. To me, I thought how they animated Silver Surfer was really good because it's hard to get a mirror finish on a person.
That's what I'm saying. You had never seen graphics like that. There was a scene where they tried to do powers on Silver Surfer, and then he went through the surfboard and looked back at him. I can't remember if it was Reed Richards or if it was. I think it was Reed Richards, and he went through the surfboard. I was like, "Yo, this is tight." And keep in mind, at that time, there had not been a lot of movies that were successful superhero movies that weren't criticized, that weren't really good. I mean, you basically had the Spider-Man movies to compare to, and we had just gotten Batman Begins. We had just gotten that. And so, Maurice, there's actually a special day going on today. It's funny that we happen to be on today. It's a certain character that was created in 38 or 40, and he was one of the premier detective characters that came out. He debuted in a comic book called Detective Comics, number 37, all the way back in the day.
Dick Tracy. No,
no, folks. Today is Batman Day. Okay. Batman. Okay, so today is Batman Day. I can't believe it. We got to broadcast on Batman Day and talk about Batman tonight.
Something I wasn't paying attention to. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
See, you know stuff that I don't know, and I know a couple things that you don't know. That's why we're both here, man. So who's your favorite Batman character? Who would you say?
Oh,
there's so many, or villain, or
let's go with guy. Oh man, I don't even know. I loved Joker, of course, Harley Quinn. But my favorite. Who's your favorite person to play Batman? That's what I want to ask.
Oh man!
And I'm not talking about the voice who played him in the cartoons because
Kevin Conroy.
Greatest voice.
Yeah, that's the best.
We're not including him.
He did play Batman. He was Batman in the CW crossover as a retired Batman, and his back went out, and so he did play as Batman for one episode, and then he was done.
Janae saying freeze. Freeze is her favorite character.
Okay, Mr. Freeze. Okay, Janae, thanks for coming through. Okay, okay, Mr. Freeze is one of the best Batman characters. Okay, you know they did a movie about him, right? They did a cartoon movie with Freeze, you know, and it was absolutely incredible. It was flawless because Freeze is you know what they always say, the best villains are ones that are motivated by love. You know, they feel that they're not doing anything wrong, that they feel like, you know, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. So he was motivated to try to save his wife Nora, you know, and trying to find that cure for her, you know. And so all right, so let me go. Okay, so you already know who I'm gonna say. All right, so I gotta go Jason Todd, you know, for several reasons. Okay, Jason Todd. Okay, so for you guys that don't know, okay, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm getting excited about
Let's just say Jason Todd is allergic to crowbars.
the girl.
Sorry, that was wrong.
So just a quick synopsis of Jason Todd. Okay, so there was a Robin. So there was Batman, and then came Robin. So the first Robin, of course, we know is Dick Grayson. You know, flying from the Flying Graysons. He was a trapeze artist and acrobat. So that Robin grew up and became Nightwing. So Batman felt that he needed another sidekick, so he wanted to train another young trouble boy and teach him the ways of being a detective and a superhero, you know, at night. And so he finds this Jason Todd trying to steal his wheel off of the Batmobile. Like, what are you doing, kid? You trying to steal the wheel off the Batmobile? So he trains him, right? But there was something wrong with this kid. He still had the crime element in his head. So Jason Todd sort of becomes troubled and becomes vicious against the criminals. So he starts like beating them up and stuff. And it's like, no, Jason, no, that's enough. You know, so he's like, I'll show you. So he says, you hurt criminals. Why can't I hurt them? Because he says, that's not the way, you know, we're here. We don't want to become them. So that's what Batman always has to talk to his pupils, the ones he's training, is he says, we don't want to become them. Jason Todd never could understand that. And that's why he became a villain. So Jason Todd becomes a character that we talk about is the Red Hood. Okay, so
now, you know the reason. What was the reason why they killed off Jason Todd, though? What was the reason?
So in the 80s, they had a vote. They said, so then the Joker, there was a setup with the Joker, and he lured Jason Todd. So Jason Todd went on his own
I'm talking about
fight the Joker. Oh,
go ahead. So that's what happened. But what was the reason why it happened? Do you know the reason?
Because I've got two different stories. There's two different history points that happened. So one was he went on his own to fight the Joker and he beat him up. And there was a bomb in the warehouse, and Batman was somewhere else.
So the whole reason why this all happened was they were getting hate mail for this new Robin.
Oh, that's what it was.
They were getting hate mail for this new Robin. So what did they do? Well, let's kill them all in the most brutal way possible. It was mainly the reasoning for it was, okay, we'll kill him off, and you know, if we start getting hate mail again, we'll bring him back as a different character. If not, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But they start getting mail again. Like, why would you do this? You know, he was just a kid, basically. But
yes,
it was some of the like craziest thing that they did because of the fans.
Yes.
And the fans really controlled it, and he became one of the favorite characters.
Yes. So you see, there was a character that no one wanted, and they voted him out to become one of the most appreciated characters. And so, oh snap, what was I gonna say? Okay, so the Red Hood mantra exists from, not a lot of people know this. So there's a Batman comic that came out, and I think it's number 138. So Batman 138 talks about the origins of the Joker. It's the Joker's origin story. Okay. So do you know that the Joker was originally the Red Hood? Okay, so he would do like different missions and different what do you call that? Like working for these crime guys, like crime mob guys. And they say, all right, we're going to go into this Acme plant, and rob it, and then Joker's like, well, man, I got to feed my family. They're like, we don't care. If you want to feed your family, if you want to be able to pay the bills, then you'll do this job. And so then he gets into the Red Hood outfit so nobody could recognize him. But so that's the way the Joker started out, was in that outfit. So
I thought he started off. Yeah, I do remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't know how to make Joker, right?
Exactly.
They didn't know exactly what kind of person they wanted him to be or who it was and all that. So they're just trying to figure that all out. And of course, there's been many theories on who the Joker is. They even did that one. Oh my gosh. And if you haven't seen it, you gotta look it up, who the Joker really is. They basically said it was his butler the whole time.
Oh, I did read that comment. I have that.
Oh my gosh.
It's called Batman it's called I have it right in here. I have it. And I was just reading that the other day, and it's like, whatever happened to the Caped Crusader? That's what it's called. Whatever happened to the Caped Crusader? And they said that Alfred was the Joker. Oh man, that was crazy. They said Alfred was the Joker.
And like how they were doing it was like he was standing in front of a mirror, slowly taking off his makeup. And when you think about it, you're like, oh, that makes sense why he could never catch the Joker, because Batman always told Alfred where he was going next. So the Joker was always one step ahead, no matter what, because he was being told in his ear. So how that all happened, oh my gosh, it was probably like one of the most touching things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want it to be canon or not, but it was really cool. So I'm sorry, I missed. Cheyenne said her favorites is Harley Quinn and the Joker. Harley Quinn as Margot Robbie, amazing.
Margot Robbie.
And Harley Quinn came around because of the TV show.
Yes.
And she was not a real character, and she became probably one of the best characters.
She was not even in the comics. In the comics, and was created on that show. J. Rob says the Joker, always the Joker. See, now that's what's interesting. If you compare that cartoon show, Joker, Harley Quinn, to now, what they're doing now. So that's what's interesting. Like Margot Robbie, to get her to play a Harley Quinn character, that was so essential to, if you can get a good actor, if you can get the right actor to play the role, it's so satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And
at first I was like, no, not Margot Robbie. Get Tara Strong. Tara Strong's been her voice since forever. Get Tara Strong.
That would be crazy. See,
and Tara Strong, she was an athlete. She did gymnastics and everything. So I was like, hey, she could kind of look the part too, because they based the character off of what she looked like. So I thought it worked great, but Margot Robbie knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah.
She could stay as Harley Quinn. It doesn't even matter to me.
Oh yeah, she is one of the best. And again, they put her in 3 different movies. Now that's what I was gonna say is, do you want a superhero? Do you want it to be a more known actor, actress, or would you prefer it to be somebody that we've never heard of? Because they're thinking DC. Now I don't have any evidence of this, but they're thinking about doing a Green Arrow and Green Lantern movie. Okay, how do I know this? Because I was there and I read the comics. Okay, but it's not going to be Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
No,
it's going to be John Stewart. John
John
Stewart.
Stewart.
Green
Not the
Lantern.
dude. Not John Stewart, the TV guy. Not him. The Black John Stewart. I would love to see that. He was more of a military kind of person, and he was probably the best Green Lantern they've had. I mean, they had Hal Jordan and I forgot the other. Yeah,
Kilowog. I mean, there's a 10,000 Green Lanterns that you can mention, but if they did John Stewart, he would be so elemental. So they could do Arrow, Green Lantern. And so in the comic that they did in the 70s, they did Denny O'Neil and what's his name? They did this comic in such a way where Green Lantern was going to the neighborhood that Green Arrow lived in. So Green Arrow already had a lot of money, but he was going into like the hood. You know what I'm saying? So they're going into the projects, trying to like help these people, trying to, going up to like slum lords and asking them why the rent's so high. It was a very interesting comic. Like I had never read a comic book like that really touched on, trying to help people that were unfortunate. Now there was one other comic that I read that was really good, and it had to do with Superman. That was like that, and it was called Superman Grounded. And the whole comic book, Superman is walking around trying to help people that are unfortunate. So, that's me. I just like it when they do different takes on different superheroes. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, you had someone who played the Green Lantern, which you love the movie. You absolutely love the movie. I remember you telling me I need to go see it. It was the greatest movie you ever seen.
Yes.
And the person who played it, Ryan Reynolds.
See,
Gentry.
He was Deadpool. That was
he was horrible as Deadpool too.
X-Men Origins.
No. Okay.
X-Men Origins Deadpool was the
the X-Men Origins Deadpool. I don't care about the other Deadpool. The other Deadpool, they say he's been great in that. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah. But that Green Lantern, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here's where they went wrong with Green Lantern. They tried to make a movie that was a comic book movie. You got to make a good movie, and then you can make it a comic book movie. You see what I'm saying? So you have to touch on that. You got to get the acting right. You got to get a good story, a compelling story. But I felt like they were just trying to be like, all right, this is what it says in the comics. We're going to do this, and then we're going to go with that in the movie. I'm a DC fan, so I liked it. Like there was a scene where he broke down the glass and crushed it into a tornado and turned it into fire and used that as a flamethrower. You see what I'm saying? He did like scientific stuff with his power. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to have Cheyenne watch the movie with me. I want her to tell me if she thinks it's a good movie. I want the chat to tell me, do you think Green Lantern was a good movie? Not Green Hornet, Green Lantern.
Okay, J-Rob just talked about...
Yeah, he was talking about the wrong one. He's like, what about that car?
Green Hornet.
Yeah.
See, that's another one that, like, I was kind of like,
Green Hornet, that was a horrible movie, too. We're not going to talk about that.
Wait, but did you know there was a PlayStation 3 Green Lantern video game? And
was it really?
There was, and it was awesome. Okay, so it was 2 players. You can play as 2 players too, man. And
look,
the graphics were great, man. I'm telling you. So, another thing I wanted to say was we didn't get to talk about the D23 event announcements.
Oh yeah, they killed it. You got your list out there?
Yeah. So, Mandalorian season 3 is coming out. Get ready, get set, let's go. Mandalorian season 3. You heard it here. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, we are ready. We have been waiting for this for some time now. A show that you can rock with. No, oh man, well, if they would have just did this, oh man, why did they put that in? Oh man, oh, they messed it up. No, this is the movie we have, the show we have been waiting for. Mandalorian season 3 is we got some recurring characters coming back, and of course, everyone's favorite, Baby Yoda, Grogu is in it. We are in it, man. Let's go. Season 3.
Yeah, my wife is over here dancing right now. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm ready.
Yo, how many Baby Yoda stuffed animals, stuffed figures, action figures have you seen? I actually have one. You know, I should go get it and bring it in here. I still got it in the box. You know, yeah. Look, yep. No, let me go get it. Okay.
He's getting that. You know, we're all looking forward to watching the Mandalorian season 3 again. You find it?
Okay, yeah, I found. Okay, so this is a part of the Black series. So they just released a whole line of different figures from all the different movies. And this one I got. All right, this is pretty tiny. See if you guys can see it. I still got them in the box.
Oh, that's a tiny one.
That's a tiny. It's a tiny one.
That's a tiny one.
Oh, but it was selling out. But this is the Black series set of. So this is actually comes with Mando. And so this is the child. But it comes with Mando. Oh, it comes with a frog too. But yeah, these figures were getting sold out quick, man. So if you want a figure on the Black series, you better buy them quick. So yeah, so
you remember how much it is?
Okay.
Not that we're sponsored by them.
Yes, hey, there you go.
We're not sponsored at all.
Oh, hey, we are not paid to promote the Star Wars Black figure series, but they are pretty tight, and you should pick them up. So I think this one was pretty cheap. So this one was like 8, maybe 8, 9, but the other ones are usually around 16 to 20, and so some of them are $45 because now they're getting sold out. So I was trying to get Bo-Katan, and that was getting close to getting sold out. So of course I had to get Mando. I got Mando, and then I got all right, now I better go get my figures. Man, I can't do that. Man, I shouldn't be sharing my figures, man. People might get jealous. Okay, so
Cheyenne has this giant Baby Yoda pillow.
Yes. How many stuffed plushables? How many action figures have come out of Baby Yoda? Okay, so we got Mando. Check it, man. This thing is a beast. All right, so this is the full-on.
That thing is a beast.
This thing is a beast. Okay, man, I couldn't even open it. It was so tight. Now the Funko Pops, I like those a lot too, but these are some pretty serious action figures. I actually got them pretty quick because they were starting to sell out. So, like, you know, they may not have a lot of these left because they might have sold out, but there might be some left. So, have hope. Okay, you know who I had to get? One of the coldest dudes up in that show, in the Mandalorian show, none other than Moff Gideon. Come on now. Okay, I had to do it. Now, this one almost sold out. I almost didn't get this. So, I got like there was like 2 left. And I got one of the 2.
Man, so, he looked just like old dude.
Yo, man, they even got the face sculpting correct. Man, yeah, so like...
Not like the toys in the past, huh? Toys in the past didn't look anything like the characters. These ones.
No, they did. Okay, and then I had to get IG-11. Come on now. I had to get the droid. I had to get the droid. Come on now. All right, yeah, so that... That's some of my Star Wars Black series. Man, thanks y'all for letting me show my figures. I'm sorry. I had to, but
the other thing they announced was Mufasa, the Lion King prequel. Mufasa.
So is this an animated joint or this is
an animated joint?
Oh yes. Okay.
This is not a live action. They didn't really tell us who was doing the voice. They did say that Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner were coming back as Puma and Timon.
Dang.
So, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be kids or if
See
they're
that
like telling the backstory of. I don't know how it's going to work out, but
this is like
I'm
point
looking.
5, Lion King 0.5, so it's
Yeah,
not 1, it's like halfway. See, that would be good. That could be a good story, because it's like in between.
but my question is, are they going to bring back a young Scar like before he got the scar?
And see, now how did he get that scar? How did he get? Okay, now question: did you like the Star Wars prequels?
I did.
I liked
Uh,
them.
when they first came out, my brother watched them like kids watch the same show all the time, like The Office or whatever. That's how my brother watched them. I was into a couple of them, not all the talking about. I don't care about the politics of Star Wars,
Yeah.
uh, but I love Mace Windu and
Oh
the
yeah.
fighting in the arena and everything.
Oh man, that
Um,
was awesome. The
so
racing. See,
yep.
and here's the thing. So I think if you liked the prequels to the Star Wars, then I think you like this Mufasa, because I kind of feel like it's the same scenario, the same concept that is relied upon, because you do know what's going to happen later on down the line, but the timeline is over here. You see what I'm saying? So you could still get a lot out of this, but we know what's eventually going to happen. Simba's going to become king.
So my question is, how young are they going to do Mufasa? Are they going to go like when he first became
Oh,
king? Are they going to go with him trying to become king? Like, obviously he's bigger than Scar, and that's why he became the leader of the pack. But where are they going to go with it?
because see, this is now we're talking about the greatest animated movie of all time. Um, we're talking about the greatest anime. So I remember seeing that in theaters, like when it came out, like it was raw business. You know what I'm saying? And we're
I
like,
mean,
oh, man, I can't believe what I'm watching right now. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just so good. And it was a story about redemption and just, winning back your own kingdom, like after losing it and winning it back. Like,
how old were
what's
you when that movie came out?
man, I must
7.
I must have
I
been
think.
pretty young.
I think we
I
were
must
young.
Okay, we were young, still young folks. Okay. Okay, J Rob, okay, so says, okay, Jabba the Hutts. Okay. Man, appreciate that. Man,
The other movie they announced was a
okay.
live action Little Mermaid.
Okay, now, okay, somebody was just posting this on Instagram. Okay. I don't know if they're watching this show, but if you are, and you were the one that posted that, okay, so somebody posted, people have been posting it. I've been seeing the trailer. And so now, is this a Little Mermaid, or is this the official Little Mermaid? Because now this is interesting, because they're kind of changing it. It's not a cartoon. This is a live action joint. Now that's the question. So these are the Disney movies that we know about and love. But now they're kind of saying, okay, this is what our Disney product is, and now we're gonna change it up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. So now you got stories like Jungle Book. You got stories like Cinderella. You got stories Little Mermaid. So now, would you prefer to see the same story, or would you prefer like the classical story, or would you prefer to have them do something different, or would you say, don't touch it, don't mess this up? You know what I'm saying? Because like you think about the Goofy movie. All right, so this is like our
Oh
OG,
man, if they bring back the Goofy movie,
the
I'm
Goofy
sorry.
movie. Okay, the Goofy movie. Now you got what, Tevin Campbell in there, singing the oh man, okay, I better not. Okay, for y'all who get that, I'll give you a big up. Kenny wants to come on.
Kenny wants to come on. I see that.
Okay, I see. We done erupted. We erupted. A couple people have a couple people.
He's like, hold up, put me in this. I want to talk about Little Mermaid. No, but
Man.
oh,
Okay.
Leslie's also on. That's my mother.
Oh, Leslie. Okay.
Under the
Oh,
sea.
hey, Leslie. How you doing? All right. Yeah, we got about a 30-second delay, maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
there's definitely a delay.
Oh,
So
maybe it's
sorry if
me.
we don't catch your comments.
Yeah.
But
So.
yeah, the person who they got to play Little Mermaid, she's an excellent singer. She could sing with the best of them.
Oh my.
Do I really care how they do things as far as like who plays the role or if I want the same story? I
Mm-hmm.
don't. It did not
Okay.
matter to me if they who they cast. The main point of those movies to me is
Mm-hmm.
the singing. So
Okay.
if the singing is there, great. If it's
Okay.
not there, if the singing and acting, of course, right? Because in
Mm-hmm.
a movie you need acting. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but if those things aren't there, it's not going to be good. So
Okay.
for Little Mermaid, if as long as she can sing and act, I'm there for it.
Yeah. See, okay, see, that's the thing. Oh, he said J Rob said, let him in, let him in. And okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so certain movies, it's like they shouldn't touch it. It's like remixing a Michael Jackson song. Man, ain't no remix to this. Ain't no remix to that. Oh, we got Kenny in the house. Hey, Kenny, what's going on, man? Speak your mind and let your words be heard.
Yeah, he's still connected to audio, so you gotta re-say that in a second. Okay, now you can say it. Now you can say it, Gentry.
All right, Kenny, welcome, man. Speak your mind and let your words be heard, my brother.
And then he muted himself. I don't know. You there, bro?
Okay, now you can say it. Now you can say it, Gentry.
All right, Kenny, what's going on, man? You gotta speak your
It's
mind.
it's kind of like coming on the radio. You gotta turn down the radio in the background. You can't be listening to yourself.
This is Camo J. You can't. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. No, I'm sorry. Turn your radio down. Oh, snap. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like,
I hear you a little bit, Kenny.
Hold on. Can you hear me at all now?
Yep.
okay, that's better. Yeah.
You must be trying not to wake the baby up.
Can you hear me now?
Nah, you got like even quieter. Well, as Kenny's trying to get set up,
Okay, yeah.
how do you feel about the Little Mermaid? What do you
So
think?
I never was a huge Little Mermaid fan. I think it's dope that they're doing that. I'm always a fan of when Disney attempts to do live action of their OG movies. I mean, Jungle Book. That was one of my favorites, and they did that mug phenomenal. I was like shocked, like how they got that bear to look in the water. I was like, oh snap! And they had, I think it was Bill Murray was one of the like the bear or something. I was just like tripping. But my thing is this: with Little Mermaid, I was never a huge Little Mermaid fan. So whatever they do with it, I'll see what they do. I'll see what it do.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. 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 Dude, the Little Mermaid. Why is everybody so mad?
Oh, look,
Oh,
I've
people.
seen so many videos. I love it. So many people are like putting out videos just like, first of all, you see all these videos on TikTok where you see all these little, reactions of like little black girls seeing themselves on screen basically. So that's great. All right, whatever. It's Little Mermaid. But there is a video I saw today specifically where this dude said scientifically it's not possible for someone with dark skin to be in the water like that. They would have to be white or actually pale, or they might even be translucent. He said the words scientifically. So scientifically,
oh
this
man.
this fish person with talking with the singing fish and crabs and some octopus that does magic. Scientifically, that should be. We're not talking about the rest of the stuff, but we're going to worry about skin color of Ariel. That's wild.
Look, to me, people just want to be mad, so
Oh,
they complain
snap.
about everything. It doesn't even
Okay.
matter anymore. They're
Yeah.
going to complain.
Yeah.
I just thought that was hilarious.
Because
I don't
realistically,
even.
how can she sing in the water? I just thought about that too. Like, wait a minute, she'd be
No.
she wouldn't be able to see.
Exactly. We're talking about people. This king with a magical fork.
Yep.
With the come on, bro.
See,
Come on,
I thought
people.
it would have been tight. This is what I would have did. I would have had her be the daughter of the Little Mermaid. I mean, that seems a little bit of, but think about it though, because we have a certain image of the Little Mermaid in our mind, what she looked like. But
I like what you said. I like what one of y'all said though. Specifically, I'm gonna be done. This is my last thing.
Oh no, keep
going.
going.
One of y'all said no. My last thing is, I like what you said about she if the only thing that should be if Sebastian don't come up singing "Kiss the Girl," or
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like if we're missing that piece of it, then just the movie's done. Just be done.
Yep.
Just you know what I mean? Like and they got a person like you said, what's her name? Halle Bailey.
Bailey.
Halle
Which is
Bailey.
very close to Halle Berry, but not Halle Berry.
Right, that's
Halle
why
Bailey.
I got it wrong. Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey. If you've heard any of her music, she does with her sister.
Yeah.
Her and her sister's like
those are the twin girls. Those are
those are the twins.
The twins girl. Beyonce discovered them.
Yes.
Yep. Beyonce discovered. I know who they are. Now I got it. Now I know.
So now you know.
Now I know. Yeah, they can sing.
How
they can sing like crazy.
The music's gonna be. Yeah, like now you know how lit the music's gonna be in this movie. So who cares about what color this person's gonna be? Period.
Yeah,
it's a mythical. Yeah. It's a mythical creature. Calm down.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Exactly, because as long as they can sing and act, that's all that matters. If there's no music in this, it's going to be horrible. You think of Mulan. Mulan was
okay. Did you like Mulan? I kind of liked it. I'm sorry, I liked it. I don't know what I was watching.
But it was one of those things where like there was some parts of it that was missing. Like I still felt like it could have been called something completely different. It did not need to be called Mulan because it didn't have those elements of a Disney movie, the singing that you're used to. Even if they didn't have like the singing, if they played the music in the background, just the instrumentals, you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm feeling this. But they got away from all the music. They did. I felt like they almost butchered what Mulan was.
Okay, but it did get good ratings. Okay, so we got J. Rob says 89.9, bringing unity to the community. Okay. Oh snap, man! We we talking about 89.9? Okay, so J Rob says that theatrical elements, what happened to the showbiz and the popcorn? So see, that's a good point because like you think of Mulan, it was more like it was a theatrical spectacle, you know. See, okay, here's what I liked about Mulan is because that was kind of the way little girls were treated. She was a warrior. They were trying to marry her off, and she was a warrior. She was like, look, I will jack anybody. I will do backflips, I will do front flips, I can throw a spear better than any of y'all. And that's what was crazy, is in that movie, she could do all that stuff. Now, one thing that I said, they might as well put the little dragon dude. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to put some of the other stuff in there, you might as well put him in there. Now, I did go out and get it on 4K. So I liked it. I got the 4K.
Mushu, you're talking about Mushu.
Mushu. Yeah. You know, so certain Disney joints, okay, so like some movies that I want to bring out that should not be made live action. Okay, Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's my OG. No.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see live action of that. Okay.
I'm good.
Now, Jungle Book, that one is cross-platform. Okay, so you know, like on Xbox. Okay, so you can play Xbox 360 games and Xbox One games. Backwards compatible. Okay, so it works in the cartoon and it works in real life. You know what I'm saying? But certain movies that were cartoons do not belong being live action. Okay, so what was the Goofy movie? Okay, so right before Kenny came on, we were talking about Goofy movie. Man, we should ask Kenny about that. Dang. Yo, that song came on with Tevin Campbell. Now, come on now. You know you was doing all the dance moves.
You know, we still mad. We still mad at Tevin Campbell because he won't let that music be released, or all of it be released on Spotify. I think it's now finally on Apple Music. Like finally on Apple Music as of like a couple months ago, but you know, they didn't have to go so hard on their music on Goofy movie. Goofy movie's music was just out of this world.
Out of this world. And then you know, Roxanne. I mean, come on now. You know,
Roxanne,
no, we can't do it. But anyway, we would not want a live action Goofy movie. Okay, that is an animated treasure of us. That's our treasure. Mm-hmm. So if they did another one on a Disney Plus subscription, it would
I want them to go back to the TV series.
A TV? Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah. See,
I mean, the movie was good, but that TV series.
Could you?
I remember waking up and trying to watch it early morning, not fall back to sleep, and I would love to see that again.
Could you imagine a scenario with a Goofy movie with today's artists, with today's R&B? And bro, it would be killed. It would be killed. Okay, imagine Silk Sonic being on that show, being on that movie. Oh, here it goes. Come on now. Okay, it would be over with, man. If they, okay, bro, I'm saying, okay, even if they got your boy, man, what's that dude's name? Oh, Thundercat. Can you imagine Thundercat being on a Goofy movie? Oh man, it's over, bro. It's over, bro. That's over. See, we should be working at Disney right now, man. We should be at Disney. We should be on the board. We should be on the board, bro.
Let's see. Also at D23, we're going to kind of go through a couple of these.
Okay.
They got Pixar coming out with a new one, Elemental. So it's going to be about the elements, water, fire, those kind of things.
Oh, I think I saw that one.
I didn't see the trailer. I don't know if they actually came out with the trailer yet, but they have another one called Win Lose.
Okay, I think I saw that one.
And then ELO, I don't even know what that's about yet. If y'all don't know, Caprice Classic in the chat is Gentry.
Hey,
there's actually music out. We got some art that's going to go with it. but that's a secret.
Yeah.
That's a secret. Another venture there.
Sorry,
Anyways,
sorry, I
there's
wasn't paying attention.
there's Inside Out 2.
Oh, that's right. Inside Out 2. That's right.
Yep. And then Disney continued on. Zootopia Plus. I think it's going to be more like a series made up of 6 episodes, which is going to be kind of cool. There's another one. I don't even know how to say it. Aju or something like that.
Oh, I remember that one.
It's like a futuristic Nigeria kind of thing going on. With like a alien kind of looks like a lizard. Strange World. They just kept on going. Kept going.
Strange World.
Lucasfilms, Andor. That trailer came out.
That's what we were going to talk about last night. Okay, so before we talk about Andor, there's another one that's called Star Wars Short Stories. Now, did you see that one? Okay.
There's Star Wars Short Stories. There's Bad Batch is coming out with another one.
Bad Batch.
Tales of the Jedi. They just Ahsoka was also announced. They just kept on going through Skeleton Crew. Look, Disney's trying to get us to only watch Disney.
That's it. That's right there.
And they may have won. They may have won. I'm pretty sure Disney's going to buy DC soon.
We'll see about that. Okay, but what I want to talk about, the Star Wars stories, the Tales of the Jedi. So, so this is what I was saying. Okay, they released Star Wars anime series or whatever, and some of those episodes were 12 minutes long. They released Baymax, which was a show I waited 5 months for it to be released, and they gave us 10-minute episodes. Now, keep in mind, the episode quality was right up there with like a movie, with a Disney movie, right up there. But they gave us 10 minutes episodes. And then there were credits. And so the episode was really like 9 minutes. And so I'm kind of like, gee, Disney, are you really giving us shows? Or are you giving us like popcorn? Like, this isn't really a meal. Okay, I'll forgive it. But if they release this Star Wars Jedi, Tales of Jedi, I feel like it's going to be that. It's a show we really, really want. It's we're really excited about. Oh, man, Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, creators of Clone Wars. The Clone Wars creators are coming in to do this thing. But 10 minutes, I mean, we're all busy. We have busy schedules.
To me, what it is, it's a good way to get, at our age, most people have kids, right?
Yes.
It's a good way to get them into the series.
Okay, that's true.
That's exactly what they're trying to do because, the ones who's going to be pretty much hooked on it is going to be the kids, right?
Yeah.
I think of Kenny's kid who was just on. He sat here and watched I Am Groot. All those episodes. And they're little cute little episodes. They're kind of hilarious. And he loved it.
Oh, yeah.
He actually tore it up.
And it's full graphics. It's full graphics. It's like just like the movie. Looks just like the movie. And there's Groot. So when they watch the movie, they grow up and watch Avengers. They go, "Hey, there's Groot." So everybody gonna know Groot. Everybody's gonna know him.
It's a good way just to, even if it's not part of the canon or anything like that, it's a part to get people hooked. And, you got people like new rock stars or whoever else who dig super into it and looking at all the little details, which I absolutely love watching. But you also have people who don't really care about those small details, just want something to entertain themselves while they're waiting in the car for something, And that's all it is. It's something really quick where, sometimes you don't have time to binge watch or watch a whole episode of anything. So
yeah. And that's the thing, like, okay, so true. you know, like you said, you don't have time to binge watch an entire episode or an entire season. So, you know, maybe that's only all the time you got is 10 minutes. So yeah, that works. I really was looking forward to it being a little longer. Baymax, for certain. I wanted that to be longer, but I'll take what I can get. Now, my question is for you, you know, the down, the Davidsons. Okay. So, all right, Space Cowboy, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a Disney show or Marvel movie to be short and sweet to the point? Or no, this is what I'm asking. Would you prefer there to be less shows and there to be longer? Or would you prefer there to be more quantity, but them to be shorter? What would you say to that?
Honestly, I love content, right? The She-Hulk series, I'm enjoying it, but I also feel like, man, that's it. They could have gone for another 30 minutes. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
I love to take in the content. But if they're looking at the small like short series like this as a way to introduce a new character for a bigger movie, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Like Baymax, you know, all his were kind of short. So if they announced like a new Baymax movie or Big Hero 6, Big Hero 7 movie, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm waiting for. Even if they, at the end of the series, they're like, hey, we're setting up this.
Okay.
You would absolutely love it. So I think it all depends on how they do it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay, I appreciate your thoughts, Space Cowboy, because that's pretty interesting. So I'm kind of with you. I feel like with Marvel, like you said, when we watch those series, they say, okay, 6 and out. But remember, Wanda was not 6 and out. It kept going. You know what I'm saying? It kept going. Low key, you were trying to get me on that one. I wasn't going. Now I'm on it. You know, now I'm on it. I'm like, oh man, low key, it was so good. 6 and out. But they're coming back with season 2. So having people's attention span be 6 episodes is different than the formula that I grew up with, was 20 episode season, each an hour long. So you'd be sitting there for hours going through all these episodes. But now Disney's approach is different. They're focusing on more content.
You got to remember,
more quality.
It was an hour with commercials.
Okay, true. An hour with
it was an hour with commercials, so that's only 30 minutes, right?
So it was more like 42 to 37. And so this is what I noticed. When you go on Disney Plus and you look at the Star Wars shows, okay, so you got, of course, Mandalorian. They're going full out, like 10 episodes, okay, 35 minutes, 37 minutes. I looked at Boba Fett. I'm not really sure how many episodes Boba Fett is, but it's more than 6. And some of the episodes are 37 minutes long, 40 minutes long. I'm like, dang. So I feel like certain series, they take it more seriously because they say there's going to be a guaranteed amount of people that are going to watch this. But like a Baymax or a Star Wars Stories of the Jedi, a cartoon and anime, they say, oh, we don't have to make it that long. But I would appreciate it if they would either give us, like you said, just give us the movie or like a short film rather than saying it's a show coming out and then doing 10-minute episodes. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm very interested to see how the streaming is going for Disney. Like,
that's a big one.
As far as money goes, because they got to pay so many people, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got your actors, you got all the behind the scenes people.
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff for advertising this.
Oh,
Is it worth it? Are they finding it worth it? To basically, they're just trying to shut down Netflix, right? Are they finding it worth it? Because that's a lot of money that they had to do for these series.
Okay, so what I wanted to say on that, I did want to speak on that is, like you said, all the people that they got to pay, and all the funding that is necessary. How is it doing? How is the stock doing? How, with the investors, they're getting from the investors, so they kind of have to make them happy. So that's why a certain movie came out that people were mad. Turning Red. Okay, so Turning Red was supposed to come out in the theaters. Okay, but they said, "Oh, we got to make these investors happy. Let's save face," and they put it only on Disney Plus. Any of that same day streaming stuff is a death trap. Okay, we saw that with Warner Brothers. Hello, it almost tanked the whole company. Okay, and then they got bought out by Discovery. It's like, how do you get bought out by the Discovery Channel? Come on now. Okay, so.
But you know what? It's all about advertisement, right? So, because Disney or HBO started kind of doing it right in the beginning of showing whatever show, they have advertisement in front of it. If you're paying like the premium price, it's more advertising for HBO. But if you're not, it's like anything. So the question is, will Disney start going that route? Maybe instead of showing a Coke can in the background of whatever show, will they start? Will they start to say, "Hey, we need to do advertisement because that's where their money's coming from." Once it goes into the theater, they kind of pull their advertisement that way. So, I'm very interested to see with all these new shows that they're trying to create, because you're trying to pull in customers, but at the same time, if you can have 6 people on your account, how much
are you
actually making? So
are you making?
I don't know.
Because you want it to be affordable, but you want it to be accessible so people can get it, but you want people to get their price, just like a movie theater ticket. If somebody's downloading the movie, they don't need to go to theater watch it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that's why we want Disney to get their due as well.
Well, gee, I know we've been going at it for 2 hours.
Oh man, it's about 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Oh, look at the time.
So let's go ahead and ask your question. What was your question that you had?
Okay.
Long songs. Do you like long songs, or do you find them annoying, or do you want them short and sweet? And we think back about all these old school songs that have a 10-minute introduction. How do you feel about it? What is your viewpoint on what's long, if you want to say it's a long song, or is it?
Here we go.
What do you like?
Okay, so I would like to say that I like the long songs, because for instance, say you don't have money that month for Spotify or Apple Music, so you got Pandora. So, that's the cheap man's version, know. So you guys, you shaking it up, you shuffling, and a song will come on that's like 6-7 minutes long. So you can be rocking. A great example of this is George Clinton, Knee Deep, or I think it's by Funkadelic. And so, you just keep rocking for like 7 minutes long, 7 minutes. And so you don't have to worry about like, oh man, I don't have enough money for this Spotify here. So you're going to be good. But a long song is good for various advantages. Okay. You don't have to worry about you getting on the dance floor and the song ending, because it's still going. Because sometimes, you run out on the dance floor and the song is over and you're like, oh man, I missed my chance, So the song is still going. Another advantage is that you can also get people into the song. You have more time to get your friends into the song and say, hey man, check this out, this part right here. But short songs can be beneficial too.
I agree. To me, back in the day, your old, I hate to say old, but the 60s and 70s, 90s is now old. I'm not, but anyways, You think of Papa Was a Rolling Stone, right?
Yes.
I love that. And I love the instrumental in front of it because I just love music, right? You want to hear all the small details. And of course, no matter what, if you're listening to it on big speakers, you could miss something. If you're listening on headphones, you can miss something. So finding the right kind of speakers, the right kind of headphones. There's stuff in the Michael Jackson song that, I've listened to Michael Jackson songs since I was 3. And there's stuff in there that I never heard until I got these open back headphones. And I'm like, wait a second, where was this? So to me, it really all depends on the story you're telling, right? Because each song is a story.
Yep.
And sometimes it's a short story. Maybe you only have, a minute and 30 seconds, which to me is too short.
See, that's too short.
I want to at least get in the 2:30 range. Give me a 2:30 range. That's a good range. And it really all depends. It depends on the type of song. If it's a faster song, maybe you don't want to listen to it for a whole 10 minutes. But the slower songs, maybe you just want that slower speaking.
Yeah.
Cheyenne does have something to say, so we'll let her go ahead and say what she wants to say.
Yeah, Cheyenne.
No, I was just gonna say that most times the shorter songs are good because most people have a short attention span, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they don't have the attention span to be listening to like a 10-minute song. Unless it's All Too Well by Taylor Swift, 10 minutes. Then it's fine.
See, there you go. It's a 10-minute song right there, right?
Because it's actually good.
See, now that's a good point. Attention span now. And okay, so that actually leads me up into our last question that we'll ask the Space Cowboy is, Motada, what do you think the current state of chicken is in 2022? Where are we in the time stream of chicken?
Fried.
It all depends, man. Look,
they're going extinct.
I love food, right? I love chicken. I love. I know chicken. The prices of chicken is going to go up, right?
It's going to go up.
Because people realize that chicken is life, kind of like bacon. Yeah. So no matter what, chicken, people are not going to stop eating chicken. You can have as much fake food as you want. It's not going to be the same. A good chicken wing is always great, right?
It's always great.
Spicy, the better.
The more spicy, the better. And not always, though. There's always a point of spiciness, and spiciness for certain people. Yeah. But there's also random foods that I love. You get your pho with chicken and it. Oh my gosh. So, the diversity of chicken, only thing I don't want is I can't even say that. I don't want. How would you? I don't want my chicken raw. That's all that matters.
Yeah. See, yeah, I think that's a perfect answer, man. I think, like you said, not raw, fried is good. I think people will continue to eat chicken in 2022 and and beyond. And beyond. All right, folks, that's pretty good. That'll be our show for tonight. We want to thank everybody for coming through. Man, this was excellent. Again, we got to get through a lot of topics. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming through.
Yes, everyone have a great night. And again, this is sorry I wasn't paying attention. Sometimes you gotta look twice, right? Go ahead, G. How you do that? Look twice. So again, sorry I wasn't paying attention. We will post this. I'll cut off the beginning where we're just rambling and try to figure out how this works. So it's not going to be a whole hour and 32 or 52 minutes. But everyone have a great night.
Have a
Peace.
great night, y'all. Peace out.